Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Jared Cohen.
Good morning. My name is Jared Cohen, and on behalf of Google Ideas, the Council on Foreign Relations, and the Tribeca Film Festival, I want to officially welcome you to Illicit Networks, Forces in Opposition. Google Ideas is Google's think/do tank. We focus on the violent challenges in the world that don't fall in an obvious philanthropic box or an obvious core business box, and where the nexus with technology is dangerously underexplored. I think we would all agree that illicit networks is one such challenge. The mafia, drug cartels, organ harvesters, human traffickers, forced laborers, arms dealers, these are just some of the many forms that illicit networks take that impact every single society in the world, from the richest to the poorest, from the most autocratic to the most democratic. Now, nobody would question the seriousness of this challenge. Nobody would question the urgency with which we need to actually address it. But why is this Google Ideas' fight? Why, as a technology company, do we feel an urgency to get involved? As recently as 2 years ago, many of you in this room may have asked that same question. But when we began looking at this issue about 8 months ago, we didn't get the questions, why technology? We didn't get the questions, why is Google doing this? We got questions about specific products. People wanted to know what kinds of products they could apply to their situation. People wanted to know if they could be introduced to engineers. Various organizations and individuals wanted to know if they could get technical assistance. People like all of you in the audience who are on the front lines of this challenge, whether you're an individual or whether you're part of a group or you're part of an organization, you're seeing on the front lines this nexus and this relationship between technology and the challenges that you're working on every single day. And this makes sense. 2 billion plus people are connected to the internet. Another 5+ billion people are connected to mobile devices, and these numbers are increasing every single day. We know that illicit networks require secrecy and discretion in order to function, and that in the new digital age, it's going to be increasingly difficult for them to operate off the grid. They'll assume greater risks. There'll be more room for error. We also know with more people coming online that there's going to be huge opportunities to usher in a new era of empowerment. The people in these communities are the ones who have the information on what the networks are doing. They're the ones who are being attacked and threatened by these networks. And while a mobile device is an imperfect solution, it's at least something that did not exist several years ago in a lot of these communities. And so today, it gives me great pleasure to say that Google Ideas is joining the fight against drug cartels and other illicit networks. And we do so recognizing we're not experts on illicit networks, but we do think we know something about technology. But in a world where the intersection of technology cuts across so many different issues, it's hard for me to imagine that all of the expertise will ever exist in the same place. And so in an era where partnership becomes increasingly important, we don't have to have all the expertise. That's what all of you are here for. Google has a tremendous convening power, and if we can connect people who are on the front lines working on this challenge every single day with some of the smartest people in the engineering world who understand the tools, that's a marriage that we want to make happen. Now, we have no illusions of just how difficult this challenge is. We don't believe for a second that there's a silver bullet answer. We don't believe there's a single one product that you can actually build that will solve all of this. But we do know that we need to get started. We know that we're still behind. We know that we need to catch up in innovating faster than those that are part of these networks, and we have to at least try. Now, before we get started, there's 3 housekeeping items that I want to mention. The first is you're going to be thrown a lot of content in the next couple of days: videos, written product, verbal content. And on the back of your badges, you have an RFID chip. If you see in the back, there's a number of kiosks there, and there's some in the main room as well. Go up to one of those kiosks, look at the screen, pick the type of content that you want to bring with you, scan your RFID chip against the screen, and bring home your own curated experience based on the content that you want to actually leave here with and what form you want it to take. Second, we have people from all over the world here. And this summit is being translated into Spanish, Arabic, Bahasa, the North Korean dialect of Korean, Dari, and Spanish, if I didn't already say that. You all have headsets on your seat. We'll prompt you when you'll need them. If you miss the prompting and you look on stage and you don't understand what people are saying, it's probably a good indication that you should put your headset on. And then the last housekeeping item is we want to make sure that the memories that are created here and the wisdom that's extracted here is something that you can actually view after the fact. So with the exception of the panel on North Korea tomorrow, which will be completely off the record, all of the videos and all the sessions will be uploaded to youtube.com/info2012, and we'll keep reminding you of that. Now, when we began working on this issue 8 months ago, we began with a simple question: how can the technology industry help address this gigantic challenge that you saw depicted in the video? What you'll see over the course of the next few days is we'll go deeper on this question. We'll share some of our initial findings. We'll launch some of our exciting new experiments that are designed to sort of demonstrate small examples of what can be done. But more importantly, we're going to be dividing all of you up into these labs. And the purpose of the labs is to help generate what are the really big ideas that if we all commit ourselves to addressing and pursuing, will allow us to really make a significant dent with technology on this horrific challenge. So let's get started.